take a look at how the Asian markets have started off this morning and taking cue from how Wall Street ended last night. The Asian markets are also extending those gains. The Hang Seng, well, trading with modest gains of around 0.3%, but the Taiwanese index though is trading with healthy gains of almost close to 1% now. But the outperformance continues to come from the Kospi. The index is up well over 2% in today's session as well. The index was up 2% in yesterday's trade as well. The Nikkei trading with gains of close to 0.6%. So most of the Asian indices are trading with the green. Shanghai, the Chinese index, is trading with a marginally negative bias but continues to trade around the flat line. We'll pull up the GIFT Nifty as well, give you an idea of how our own markets are likely to start off on today's weekly options expiry session. A 24-point uptick is what the implied open is currently suggesting, and it's a slight recovery as well because the implied open at the start in the first ticks was in the negative and it's still building on to those gains. But to set you up for today's trade, our research team is here with the trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news and cues from the F&O market as well. First up, Gaurav joins in to get all the market cues that we need to watch out for. Gaurav, good morning. What are you watching out for today?
Well, yes, yesterday when we look at Nifty, we have seen actually some shade of green in Nifty. It increased almost by 0.3%, so a marginal increase. But apart from that, even if we look at the options data and the option chain, which suggests that Nifty can actually turn green today as well. So if we look at the support level, 25,500 will act as a support, and at the same time resistance will be seen somewhere in the range of 25,700 for Nifty. Apart from that, today is also Nifty expiry, so definitely let's watch out on how it is going to perform. Other than that, when we look at sectors, yesterday we saw Nifty IT and Nifty Pharma were the biggest gainers. So let's see if there is some just left in these sectors or if some other sectors will take over and these sectors will take a back seat. When we look at the DI data, we have already seen DI have been advancing. They added positions worth 5,800 crores, and versus when we look at FIIs, they sold position worth around 4,000 crores yesterday. But apart from that, we also have some key results today. First, let's begin with Tata Power. Then we have Biocon, Fortis Healthcare, GMR Power, Jupiter Wagon. All of these numbers, all of these companies actually react on the numbers. When we look at National Fertilizers, Rides, Thermax, all these companies will report their results today. Apart from that, from the IPO space, we have Pine Labs IPO. Today is the last day for subscription. Remember, this IPO is still struggling to get that fully subscription mark. And at the same time, Physics Wala IPO will also begin today. From the Asian markets, we've already seen some green signs. US market is not showing any strong signs as so far. And when we look at GIFT Nifty, it indicates some kind of shade of green in the opening today.
We'll watch out for all of these cues. Gaurav, thank you for that. Over to Vinny now, who would list out the stocks that you need to keep an eye out for. Vinny, good morning. What's on your list?
Good morning. So firstly, I'll start with Bajaj Finance. In terms of numbers, overall an inline set of numbers that came in from the company. But the concern that comes in is the management has cut the AUM growth guidance from 24-25% to 22 to 23%. NII is 22% growth, gross NP at 1.24%. So a bit of a deterioration that we have seen in the asset quality. Keep an eye on that because the net NPA is also at 0.60% versus 0.5% last quarter. Bajaj Consumers, on the other hand, good set of numbers, strong performance that's coming from the company. But they look at the revenue growth, strong growth of around 13%, profit growth of 33%, and margins have seen a very strong expansion as well, 17.8% versus just 13.9%, almost near a 16-quarter high in terms of the margins. Bangladesh revenue also has managed to see a decent amount of pickup there as well, high single-digit revenue growth in terms of the Bangladesh side of business as well. Good performance there. Now, Gopal Snacks, on the other hand, a weak set of numbers. Revenue seen a decline of almost 7%. Profits are down for the company as well. And margins have seen a sharp contraction of more than 500 basis points. So let's watch out for that one. Sirma SGS, revenue growth good over there, 38% revenue growth. Margins have seen an expansion, so operating performance has been very good as well, and profitability also seeing a very, very strong and sharp jump up there. Sula Vineyards, on the other hand, again a bit of a muted performance that's coming from the company. Revenue is down almost 1%, profits of the company are down by 58%, and margins also have seen a sharp contraction of around more than 500 basis points. Gujarat Gas, weak performance there as well. Profits are down, revenues are down as well, and margins also have seen a contraction. Vodafone Idea, largely in line, but that is mostly reacting to what the government does. But margins 41.9%, they've remained flattish on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Growth in terms of revenue at 1.6%. And Britannia is another one we're keeping an eye out on. Varun Berry has resigned as the MD and CEO with effect from November 10th, so keep an eye out on that one. And Rakshit will take over as the MD and CEO with effect from 15th of December. Tata Motors shareholders also keep an eye out on that. Listing date for Tata Motors CV is going to be 12th of November.
Vinny, thank you for sharing all of those stocks with us. Lastly, Sudarshan joins in with cues from the FNO space. Sudarshan, good morning. Came off the highs in yesterday's trading session, but what is the FNO data indicating?
So today it's a weekly expiry day. We might see a bit of volatility, but as far as options data or FNO data is concerned, it's indicating that we might have another day of positive move. And for Nifty, range is likely to be between 25,400 to 25,700. Global cues are also looking largely positive. We have seen a big move in on the Wall Street. All the frontline indices had seen a big move. Nasdaq had moved higher by almost as much as 300 points. And now also there is a positive commentary coming in from US President Donald Trump, who has talked about India trade deal and saying that we are very close to the deal. Let's see what happens over the next few weeks. As far as the flows are concerned, yesterday also we have seen that FI is selling more than rupees 4,000 crore, while DI is sitting on the buy side. Yesterday also they have bought almost 6,000 crore. In the index futures too, FIs have sold almost 1,000 crore and they have added more short positions, but the quantum was less than the previous day. Yesterday it was almost 14,000 contracts. Yesterday just around it was 5,000 contracts. From the options data, 25,650 call has seen an increase in the premium, while on the put side, 25,500 put has seen a fall in the premium from the level of 73 to the level around 20. Now, support for Nifty, immediate support would be around 25,500. If we fail to hold that, the next support comes around 25,400. Resistance, 25,660. It's also 20-day moving average. For Nifty Bank support, 57,650. First resistance, 58,100. Next resistance comes near record high. Three stocks, LIC is seeing fresh shorts, BHEL and Hinz are seeing fresh longs.
Sudarshan, thank you for that update. And